Well, hello, Mrs. Farmer.
Hello.
What are you doing out there in the woods?
Looking for food.
You know what? I think we got some. Recently, somebody asked me about venison recipes. Now, it is venison season, bow season,
Right.
one of my favorite times of year. Now, for those of you who are just joining us and have just found the show, I spent the better part of my early life on Kentucky field.
That's right.
As a youth, I lost the use of my right arm in a motorcycle accident. I had to shoot the bow with my teeth, which worked very effectively.
Your teeth are still all there too.
Most
That's
of
good.
it. And I competed in national and local archery tournaments and did pretty good.
Yes, you did.
But it really works well. So here we are in archery season. A lot of people around the country are getting ready to go into their archery season
Right.
or their early season for venison. And I was not a trophy hunter. To me, the trophy was that precious, wonderful venison.
That's
And
right.
if it is processed properly, it can be some of the best meat in the world. It really is good. Now, tonight we're going to show you a few things to do with venison. Now, one thing that we did not too long ago, and if you want to reference things we've done in the past, we post everything after we air it on YouTube, timfarmerscountrykitchen.com. You can go back and look at hundreds, maybe thousands of different segments and recipes. We've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, we have.
So, timfarmerscountrykitchen.com, if you want to go back and look at how to can venison. You tell me. You remember when we talked about, we were running out of freezer space.
Right.
So I thought, let's can some of this. What does it taste like?
Delicious. It's like Denny Moore stew.
Exactly. It starts to take on, if you put a little, maybe just a little bit of salt and pepper in there, it starts to take on the flavor of beef more.
It's delicious.
Now, what happens when it's already in the jar and it's already done? When you want to make a stew or soup?
It's ready to go. You could eat it out of the jar, which we have done.
Usually, when you are doing a stew or a soup, you have to wait on the
Right, the meat to cook.
Yeah. Your vegetables don't take too long, especially if you saute them,
Right.
cut them up and turn them over a little bit and you get them done in the pan.
Delicious.
So guess what? You've got this ready-made jar of fresh venison.
Right.
We did a stroganoff recipe with that right out of the jar. Ooh,
That's
onions,
one of my favorites.
sour cream.
Oh, yum. That's good.
Over noodles. Yum.
Yummy.
Delicious. Now, here's a little bit of footage of my years with Kentucky Field of us hunting venison. And here's the way that I actually shoot deer. And this has worked out rather well for me. I mean, it's a great way to shoot, and I've got to help people all over the United States, all over different countries. People from Australia, people from South Africa.
You're pretty good at it too. I've seen you sneak up on a deer with your bow and arrow and get
Yeah,
one.
do what you got to do.
That's right.
And again, I love to shoot a big buck when he's around because they're usually big bodied and have a
Right.
lot of meat. But to me, I'm about the venison.
Yeah, the little ones taste good, don't they?
They do. And we have to manage our population of deer. We really, really do.
Right.
If we didn't do that, if hunters didn't manage the population, conservationists really do take care of the management of deer. They play an important part. That's why it's important for you to buy your hunting and fishing license.
That's right.
You help out when you're doing that. Not too long ago, we did something with brats.
And that was delicious too.
Absolutely delicious. Now, venison is very lean. There's not a lot of fat in it. So with my venison, I would use pork.
Right.
And we would do the same. We could follow the same brat recipe, which we have right here. In a second, in a little while, between recipes, we're going to do a shortened version of the brats. Now, you can change that recipe however you want it to make it a little more spicy. You can add red peppers. You can add whatever you want to make that flavor a little bit different. You can smoke those sausages.
Right.
And here's, you remember our smokehouse sitting right over
Yes.
here? It's starting to cool down. We're going to start using that more. We get all kinds of stuff to smoke. We're going to get ready to get started. I'm going to go over here and get the charcoal started. Our lump organic charcoal.
Okay.
All right. So you ready for some red beans and rice?
Starving.
Very simple recipe. Let's do this in one pot.
Okay.
Now, you can do this on your stove, do it in your oven. You can do it however you want to do it. Today, we're just going to take some charcoal, put it down on the bottom. Typically,
Like we always do.
like we always do. We're going to get that hot enough to cook in. You know how I hardly ever measure anything.
That's
But
good.
because folks ask for it, we will measure it as best we can. Now today what we need is some red beans. Now if you choose to take these beans and you cook them yourself, just like you cook brown beans or navy beans,
Right.
a little ham hock in it, you're ahead of the game because you've already got that flavor in it. If not, If you want to get 2 cans from the store, rice, we use the instant, makes it easier.
Yeah.
We're using brown rice. So basically we're going to need about 1 onion. We're going to need about 1/2 to 3/4 of a green pepper. We're going to need some celery. We're going to need, obviously, our meat.
Right.
Now, as we look at our sausages here, which one's the venison?
The one in the front.
The darker. You
Yeah.
can tell because that's a lot leaner
Right.
meat. Now, this is one of our brats, and this is some smoked sausage. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take that 12-inch pan, going to get it nice and hot, put a little oil in it. We're going to take our sausage, cut it up in little pieces,
Okay.
brown it,
Okay.
get it nice and brown.
Those look delicious.
I don't want to drop any of those. Those are precious.
Those are.
Oh, those smell good. After that, we're going to come back and we're going to add our pepper, onion, and celery. We're going to turn that over and saute that till it's nice and ready to go. Then you know how we'll make a little place along the side, then we'll brown our garlic. We don't want to get it too, if you get your
Right.
garlic too done, it gets bitter. Then we're going to come back with some chicken broth. Now we've got about 2.5, 3 cups here. We're going to put that in there till it boils. And then we're going to season accordingly. We're going to put some salt and pepper, a bay leaf, and we're also going to take some Cajun seasoning that I've come up with, or if you've got anything special that you like, put your seasoning in there. Once that gets to boiling, we're going to add our rice and our beans. Put my sausage back in. It's a fairly quick dish. 1 pot, no mess, good to go.
You know what? I'll tell you what, let's do. People have been asking for venison. So let me show you something in case you didn't see it. We took venison, put with pork, and look what we did. All right, let's scoop. It is ready. Now this is brown rice.
Oh, yum.
Go ahead and scoop up a bowl. Yes.
That looks delicious. It smells wonderful.
I'm burning up. I don't see a drop of sweat on you.
Because I've been watching you cook. This looks really
Look at
good.
that. Does that smell
Oh, wow.
like down south?
Yum. That's a meal.
That's a dinner in itself.
Yeah, that's a meal.
It's got everything you need. You got beans, you got rice, you got your veggies, you have your meat.
I love
It's
it.
a full deal. Man, this tastes like Louisiana.
Oh, it's good. Better. This is better.
I'll tell you what, let's finish our meal here. Clean up because we got company coming.
That's right.
Surprise is right around the corner. Let me eat this real quick.